Hello there. Welcome to Comics with Katarn. Jake, Mr. Monster, fantastic. Zach, hello there. Thank you for joining me. We've only got one canon release today. It is Star Wars issue number 12 by Charles Soule and Ramon Gonzalez. Operation Starlight: Reflections of the Lost. And based on our description, it's going to be a team-up of Leia and Kes Dameron, father of Poe. And we've got Han and Chewie on the cover here, so probably we're going to get some playtime with them too. Deploying the gonks! Gonk, gonk, gonk. The gonks give me power. They give me strength. I've actually been really enjoying Charles Soule's Star Wars runs. Every time he touches a comic, it turns out to becomes one of the best parts of like the supplemental Star Wars canon. I don't know what it is about his writing style. It just feels so Star Warsy to me. Definitely felt the same way about Light of the Jedi, his first High Republic novel that I've read. Yeah, really one of my favorite authors. So shout out to Charles Soule before I dive into this. I just figured out you stream on Twitch, but wanted to reach you for a while. Well, you found me. Hello there. You got just in time. We're just kicking off some goofy comics here. Operation Starlight, Part 4. Reflections of the Lost. Starlight Squadron's first mission ends in disaster. Commander Zara, eager to destroy the scattered rebel fleet, sprung a trap that cost the squadron their leader, Shara Bey, Poe Dameron's mama. The rest of Starlight escaped with their lives, carrying crucial Imperial data that could give the rebellion the edge they need to finally defeat the Empire. But obviously we gotta rescue Shara first. We can't do her like that. Rob, you're an animator on Galaxy of Adventures? No way. That is so cool, man. Let me just say, Bendu and I are both big fans of the series. It's a great way of, you know, telegraphing some of the older media that is less accessible to the younger generation and really bringing it to the forefront with a facelift. It's great work. Big fan of the stuff you guys have done. So awesome, man. I'm happy to meet you. Rebel Fleet, 4th and 7th Divisions. Any word? Massive Nebulon, flanked by another frigate and a CR-90. It's got some X-Wings flying through. Oh, we got a nice little GR-75 at the bottom here, too. The Redemption. I'm sorry, Commander Dameron. No signals received as of yet. I see. If anything comes through, I'll be on the observation deck. Very good, sir. I won't give up hope. I won't. I love you. She's tortured by the memories. That didn't seem like a full page. Was there more? Oh, there was. Ha! I love you. I know. I know. Oh, she says it to herself. It's rough. The wound is still fresh. This is not too much time after episode 5. Oh, I'm sorry, General Agana. I didn't realize anyone was in here. I can come back another time. No need, Kes. This is a big room. I don't need it all. And call me Leia, please. I come here when I can. It's nice to get a quiet moment or two amid everything going on. Me too. I come here when it's loud too. I watch the space battles from here. I'm a ground pounder, so I can't do much but watch. But it helps me feel like I'm keeping an eye on... Still no word from Shara, Kes? No. But she was stranded on an Imperial Star Destroyer. Assuming she's even still... She's alive. Your wife is a survivor. We're not in battle. We're not in a battle now, though. What do you do? What are you going to do down here? Well, you might think this is dumb, but... I talked to our son. Poe! Leave site? No, I don't want to leave the site. What's going on here? Uh-oh, I think it's going to make me relog into Comixology in a second. You need to react Dark Jedi by Urban Medai. Yes, I will. I will throw it on the reaction list. All you got to do is, well, I mean, I've seen it here, so I'll put it on the list myself. But if you want to remind me, you can join the Discord, and we actually have a reaction request channel, which is where I take all of my recommendations from. So, yes. Message received, though. I'm going to react to it. And Rob, thank you so much. I'm going to tell Bendu that. He's going to be excited. I talk to our son. I tell him stories about his mother, about what's going on, about what I hope his life is like. It's silly. It's just a holo. But I can't send an actual transmission with the fleet in hiding. It's too risky, so this is the best I can do. It's not silly. It's wonderful. What's his name? Poe. He's beautiful. Well, a beautiful disaster, maybe. He's been a handful since the day he was born. Just like his mother. Guy, you have no idea. A beautiful disaster. I like that. I've got a beautiful disaster of my own. Well. Oh, man. Understatements aplenty in this one. But you mentioned Shara. Will you tell me a story about her? How did you two meet? Oh, that's actually a pretty good one. Galator 3. It was 7 years ago, and 2 months. A friend of mine was getting married, so we decided to put our money together and go to the betting houses on Galator for a few days. Send her off right. Star Wars Bachelor Party. Have we seen such a thing? We played some of the games, but honestly, it was mostly too rich for our blood. Don't gamble what you can't afford to lose, right? Look at these Canto Bite looking types out here. It's all about the formal dress, the black and white. But I decided it would be fun to bet my last few credits on one of the races. Figured at least that way I'd get to see a little spectacle, you know? Better than losing it all on a single dice roll. On whom do you wish to place your 7-credit bet, sir? How about that one? I'd heard about crest racing, but this was the first time I'd seen it in person. Absolutely unbelievable. That's cool. They're like big old, what are those called? Like hydrofoils? Where they skim along the surface of the water? Boom! Hard to believe any drivers actually lived to see the finish line. So it's kind of like pod racing. Very fast, very dangerous. This particular course had a bottleneck at the very end, just before the finish line. A tunnel only big enough to let one racer through at a time, which I'm sure they did on purpose to keep things exciting. They called it the Death Chute, and I have a feeling it's earned its name. On the last lap, there were these 2 racers going for the chute at the same time. They were neck and neck. One of them was going to have to blink. Or one of them would die. Alright, we got some excellent onomatopoeia here. We've got crunch and shmush. I feel like I'm there. Even just watching it was intense as hell. I can't imagine what it must have been like to actually do it. Don't back down! You will not back down! It's fascinating, you know, because Kess is watching this and he's so exhilarated by the racers and he's just acknowledging to himself, like, I could never do that myself. I can only imagine what a rush it would be. Same with how he was on the observation deck of the Nebulon talking about how he's a ground pounder and all he can do is watch in the space battles. Little does he know that his son Poe is going to be doing all of those things. He's going to be in the space battles. He'll be commanding them. I bet you anything that this is going to be a setup for Poe doing this exact race in like a Star Wars Adventures or something. He's absolutely the hotshot pilot that his and like race jockey that his father always imagined himself to be. So that's a really cool character detail, and I like this style of foreshadowing. Luke's wife, Mara Jade, she was not just an assassin for the Emperor. She was the Emperor's hand, which is so much more than being an assassin. Also, the story where she was introduced as the Emperor's hand. No! Okay. Alright, Sorry about all that, but we're back now. Yeah, I was just saying, Kes Dameron daydreaming about what it would be like to be one of these hotshot racers. Little does he know his son is going to be that total character. I like it. At the last possible second, one of the racers lost their nerve. Ha! That was it. It was over. There was no way to catch the first racer once they made it through the Death Chute. This is like Ultimate Mario Kart. And they won through bravery and skill and just not backing down. And I didn't really understand how true this was. Not yet. I don't believe it. I won! But I had a few victories that day myself. I picked up my winnings and then I went back to the course to track down the driver. Don't even know why I did, really. Thought I'd say thank you. I guess I wanted to meet the kind of person who could fly like that. Say, that was some incredible racing. I actually bet on you. Won a bunch of credits. Yeah? Dong! Nice. So, Shara Bay is the pilot. That's amazing. No wonder she could fly like that. Why'd you pick me? I'm pretty new to the circuit. Don't have much of a rep yet. Well, I just liked your name, really. Shara Bay. Has a ring to it. I'm, Katarn, by the way. Ah, well, since you won all that money, Katarn, how about you buy me a drink? And just like that. That's great. Leia's like, that's great. Please don't tell me anymore. Yeah, well, I don't think Shara figured it for anything beyond burning off some of her post-win high. But look at us now. Married a few years, got a kid, and we're saving the galaxy at the same time. Not so bad. You're a beautiful disaster. You're talking about Han Solo, right? Well, how did you... Look, it's not that big a rebellion. At least at the moment. People talk. You and Han always fought like a couple of Tuca cats, but not like you were really fighting. More like you were communicating. And then there's Lando. Exactly. He told us the whole story, the carbonite, everything. I'm so sorry. Do you think if I'd thrown him out an airlock, it might get him to shut his mouth for once? She's so pissed that Lando keeps telling people what happened. It's part of his catharsis. He feels bad about betraying them, so he has to, like, tell everyone. And Leia's like, please, just let it die. I don't want to keep thinking about this. It's none of my business, but you and Han do seem like very different people. We are. There's no doubt about that. But it's hard to explain, but I'll try. You told me a story. Let me tell you one. Man, we're not going to get any action in this issue at all. It's all going to be story time, isn't it? Hoth! Echo Base! Before. Han Solo hates the cold. And before you say it, yes, we built an entire base on one of the coldest planets in the galaxy. You helped, as I recall. In any case, Han was not thrilled. Hoth. Last I checked, Galaxy's got a lot of planets, and almost all of them are warmer than Hoth. How do we even end up here, Chewbacca? Very funny. You know, I'd actually think I'd rather be on Tatooine. No, I mean it. I would actually prefer Tatooine to this ice ball. How's your day going, Captain Solo? Cold. My day is cold. How's yours? Man, Han is such a grouch. It happened at night, so the temperature in Echo Base dropped fast. It wasn't going to be survivable. Mon Mothma and General Rykian were off-world on a recruiting mission, which meant I had base command. As a temporary measure, we crammed everyone onto every ship we had. Some of them got pretty cramped. Why the hell do I have to get the Tauntauns? What, you want those poor animals to freeze? And it's not like they'll exactly make the ship of yours smell worse. Now you listen here, princess. If you think you could turn the Millennium Falcon into a livestock pen, you better think again, because we've got a transmission from the crew working to repair the heating system, Commander Organa. Patch it into the Falcon's cockpit. I'll take it there. Oh, you will you? By your leave, your majesty. My ship is your ship. That's how it is? Ridiculous. He says to the Tauntaun. Oh, man. I'm sorry I don't have better news. We're going to have to pull out, Commander Organa. You can't fix the heaters? We can hold out on the ships if you need more time. It's not that. We repurposed an old Starship reactor to power levels 4 through 8. You know how this base works. It's held together with scrap wire and reused parts. Nothing wrong with that. If it works, it works. Right. Until it doesn't work. This particular unit is from a YT-2600. It isn't rated to operate at such low temperatures. The reactor's electrode dissipator froze and cracked, and now it's the colder it gets, the closer it gets to overloading. Just a matter of time. Minutes. 10 at most. Yeah, look at it. It's all glowing back there. It's clearly about to overload. A YT-2600. I wonder, it probably looks more like the Outrider than it does like the Falcon, because a YT, obviously, it's a Carillion freighter. Dash Rendar's ship, the Outrider, was a YT-2400. The Millennium Falcon only being a YT-1300. So it's a newer model than the Falcon. Probably looks like the Outrider. I'm just trying to imagine what that would be based on the model number. So what, is Vader busy hunting with the Rebels right now? If you want to know what Vader's doing, it's actually cool. The way that the Marvel Comics work is that the Star Wars series runs parallel and consecutively with the Darth Vader series. And at this time, Darth Vader is being punished by Palpatine for going behind his back and going rogue after the events of Episode 4. He became obsessed with learning the identity of the pilot that destroyed the Death Star, broke a couple of rules that Palpatine had set for him, and so in punishment, Palpatine removed all of his cybernetic parts and dropped him back on the bank of the lava river in Mustafar so that he could, you know, try and hoist himself up by his own bootstraps, pretty much. And that runs simultaneously with what's happening here. So that's where Vader is at this point in time. Liam the Foundling, hello there. I'm glad you made it, man. Once it goes, it'll melt half the base and irradiate the rest. Blast it. If we lose Echo Base, I don't know how we'll begin to replace it. Digging in here took resources we barely had. Chewie, do you hear that? A YT-2600. That's a Corellian freighter. Little more advanced than this one, but a pretty similar model. And that reactor dissipator, well, one of the Falcons would probably fit it, and we've got a spare. We carry spares for everything. Saw this coming. I knew it because it was a YT. Plenty of time, Princess, and if it doesn't work, we'll just come back and take off. No big deal. I don't want to give up on this place that easy. I kind of like it here. Han, you hate it here. He's so transparent. Come on, Chewie. Let's get it done. We only have 10 minutes. Whoa, that does not look good. Yeah, that thing is not, that thing's about to pop. You see anything? You see anything we can use to raise the temperature in here a little? That tech said the reactor will overload faster if it's cold. Maybe we can slow it down. You want to light the fuel on fire? I don't have any better ideas. Let's give it a shot. That seems very, very risky. No, Dr. Aphra stopped working for Vader a long time ago. She also has her own series going. But in terms of the timeline, it has not gotten to this point yet. It ends just before 5. The latest thing we find Aphra doing is basically handing the intel of Echo Base off. So, I'm not sure what she's doing, but she's not with the Rebels and she's not with Vader for sure at this point. Alright, we're lighting up the fuel. Give it a shot. That's pretty good. Laughing at his own joke. Whoa! Well, it's warmer in here at least. Maybe that bought us a couple minutes. No, we aren't gonna die of smoke inhalation. Where do you get this stuff? This is great artwork. They really did capture Harrison Ford's facial features for the drawing of this. Good job, Ramon. Can't see a damn thing. You know, I'm starting to think the fire was a bad idea. I know the reactor's about to blow, Chewie. Just help me get this dissipator into... Han, are you there? Han, what's happening? You need to go, Leia. We screwed this up a little bit. Get the ships in the air. Why isn't Nine Num bundled up more warmly than this? He's from a volcanic planet. He would need more layers. Wait, no. If you can't fix it, just get back here. We can find a new base. Seems to me that might make things pretty tough on you and your little crew, Princess. Now, quit distracting me and let me do my thing. You should go. Chewie says we've only got a few minutes. Han! She doesn't want to lose him. She can't fucking stand him, but she doesn't want to lose him. All ships, this is Leia Organa. We're evacuating the base. Take off. Get to minimum safe distance. She's going to stay behind, isn't she? Nope, she's going to. Those were the longest few minutes of my life. When we took the ships up, and then we just had to wait. Either we'd lose Echo Base, along with Han Solo and Chewbacca, and the rebellion would be set back years, adrift and vulnerable. Or that utter catastrophe somehow wouldn't happen because one overconfident smuggler and his Wookiee friend managed to stop it. All that because of the cold. The rebellion in the balance, and my friends' lives because of a bad part on an old reactor. It didn't seem fair, but there was nothing to be done. So we waited. I waited. Another excellent panel. Look at this. Echo base with the doors open. You can see the T-65's noses just poking out of the launch tubes. Until I heard a voice. Reactor stabilized. Now will you get those techs back down here to fix the heat? It's freezing. I hate it. If Han is grumbling again, you know everything is well. I had no idea all of that happened. I mean, I remember the evacuation, but the reactor almost melting down, and Han and Chewie, why didn't he tell people? He's a smuggler. Smugglers are tough, only help themselves, and never show weakness. It's bad for business. It's true. Han Solo's always been a man who cares about his reputation, even when he's doing the right thing. He doesn't want people to know that it was him, because he cares people see him as like this tough smuggler who doesn't care. So there's the question, right? Why would I come to care for someone like Han Solo? So different from me, so infuriating and half useless and utterly reckless? It's because he hates the cold. He spent his entire time at Echo Base complaining about it. Everyone else saw it, everyone else knew it, but he never left. Over and over, he fought and risked his life and sacrificed and personally saved the entire Alliance more than once. He stayed because even if he couldn't admit it, even to himself, he believes in this cause. Han Solo's a smuggler because he likes it, but he's a rebel because he's Han Solo. And Han Solo complains and jokes and is generally half useless, but he doesn't leave. That's inspiring. That matters. To the rebellion. And to me. And now he's out there somewhere. In the cold. General Organa, we have a signal from Lieutenant Bay using the new code protocols. Shara! Kess, you talk to her first. I'm sure she'd rather hear your voice before she hears mine. Shara, are you there? Kess, is that you? By the light, it's good to hear your voice. Same. Are you okay? When Starlight Squadron had to leave you behind. I'm okay. I managed to slip away off the hangar deck before I was captured. Star Destroyers are as big as cities. Lots of places to hide. Oh, that's not just any Star Destroyer, though. She's on the Tarkin Will. The Tarkin's Will, commanded by Commander Zara. A very cool new Imperial character that I've grown quite fond of. I've carved myself out a little spot. It's not fancy, but it's home until you come and rescue me. And that's not all. Wait, she's just like living? She just found a little nook and cranny and she's just hobo-style living in this Star Destroyer? How has this not been picked up by scans? There has to be some sort of internal scanning on the ship, right? Look, she salvaged a KX series droid and got some buckets. We got an Imperial astromech. And she's found herself a TIE flight suit, too. So she's probably blending in when she needs to walk down the hallways and stuff like that, I guess. Liam, this Star Destroyer's nose is all messed up. This is a cool story. So, how did I go back so far? The reason it's messed up is because the Tarkin's Will was caught in the debris blast from the original Death Star exploding. And massive chunks of Death Star rammed the hull and created those scratches. And so when Commander Zara picked it for the flagship of her fleet, she had the option of taking it to a dry docking, having it repaired, and she decided to leave the scars as is as a reminder of all of the Imperials who lost their lives in the Death Star, which she viewed as a big terrorist attack, you know. So the ship serves as a memorial, and that's why it's called Tarkin's Will, and that's why the scars are still there. I'm working on slicing into the Imperial systems. I've already gotten some valuable information, and I'm just getting started. If I'm going to be stuck here for a while, might as well make myself useful, right? You're just astonishing. Any rebel would do the same. Now give me General Organa. I want to pass along what I've learned. But hey, Kess, come get me soon, okay? I will, Shara. I swear it. She says she wants to debrief you. She says she's been gathering some useful intelligence. No surprise there. I'm happy for you, Kez. Hope's never wasted. She says as she thinks about Han in the cold, in the carbonite. Lieutenant Bay, this is General Leia Organa. Tell me what you got. we leave it here. A somewhat somber episode, really. Or issue, I should say. Castameron got the happy ending knowing that Shower Bay is alive and well. And somehow just, like, living like a train yard hobo inside an Imperial Star Destroyer undetected. That's going to need a little bit more explanation for me to be satisfied with how she managed to pull that off. But that is, you know, that is good news for him. Leia, on the other hand, she's reminiscing about Han and how they fell in love and the, you know, the virtuous qualities he has that really made her see past his, like, tough, rugged exterior. She doesn't have him back. All she has to cling to is her own hope. And, you know, you can tell just from her facial expressions at the end there that she's starting to doubt that. Slowly it's creeping in. Like, we've all seen Return to the Jedi, so we know what happens there. But Leia doesn't know yet. And it's testament to her sheer force of will that she doesn't give up in despair. The fact that Han is lost. Comes up with a plan. A massive heist of Jabba's palace. Hell, she fucking kills a Hutt herself. Like, it's very impressive. But right now, she doesn't have that. Right now, she has loss and despair because Han is gone. And she really misses him, you know? The hunt for Han Solo. Yes! Now we're kicking off. You know that this means that we're into the end game of this phase of the Marvel comics because they always seem to do that. This is a sweet looking cover, yes. We've got Luke basically wearing his Skywalker Strikes outfit just without the yellow jacket, which is a shame because I love that jacket. 3PO being all, excuse me, useless as usual. I dig the Gamorrean in the floofy blue pants. And if I didn't know better, I'm sure it's not Nar Shaddaa, but it kind of looks like Nar Shaddaa. It's just the lighting and the traffic. I've been playing a lot of Old Republic, and Nar Shaddaa is very red all the time, so... Yeah, looks like we got Boba up on the screen as well, so... I mean, it makes sense. After all, this is the hunt for Han Solo. We know that Han Solo is with Boba Fett in his custody on his way to Jabba's palace. So, my guess is that the main gang is going to team up, and we're going to track Boba Fett. We're going to get that nasty business on Ord Mantell. Oh, wait, never mind. That happened before Episode 5. But yeah, we're definitely going to get closer to the events of them finding out what happens to Han. I want to see some sort of a nod to Solo, a Star Wars story, when Lando dons his, you know, his Calrissian costume for when he sneaks into Jabba's palace. I think that would be really hilarious. The original idea for Yoda was being a monkey. They definitely, like, I don't know if monkey's the right word. I've seen the McQuarrie concept art that you're talking about, the one for the puppeteering, and he looked like if a Wookiee was Yoda-sized. It was very, very hairy, I remember. But it was weird. It was a strange idea, and I'm glad that we got Yoda that we know, because little weird green guy, he's too weird to be like, oh, that's just a fucked up monkey. Like, no, he's clearly an alien, and he doesn't resemble any other form of life, so we can't, you know, it worked out better. It's easier to suspend disbelief if you don't know what the hell you're looking at, and the audience can be completely informed by the context of the scene, rather than like, oh, it's obvious that this is like a monkey in a suit. It's like, no, that's a damn puppet. Could be anything. Cool. Well, it's a shorter comics stream today because we only had the one issue. Thank you everybody for watching. If you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, do not worry because the whole thing will be archived on YouTube shortly here. Stay tuned. There's another stream coming today. I'm going to continue my playthrough of The Force Unleashed. It's going to happen at 2 o'clock. So I hope to see all of you guys there. Thanks again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.